Thank you for joining me in this episode, From Pain to Passion. The number one question I have received over this past year is, how are you always so happy? Typically followed by, your TikToks and Reels make me laugh, keep them coming. And I will keep them coming, because in some weird way, making silly TikToks and Reels is like therapy for me. In reality, we all know life is not all sunshine. It's easy to get caught up in the social media scroll and lose sight of reality. Trust me, I run a virtual coaching business, and in the beginning, kept finding myself caught in the trap of not only the social media scroll, but also the comparison trap. Listen to me when I tell you that comparison is the thief of joy. At the end of the day, you have got to do you. We will all experience heartbreaks and setbacks, and more than likely are not going to be blasting out social media posts about those tough seasons. It is, however, what you choose to learn in those seasons that will move you forward. Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss an episode by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by moms like you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now, back to finding your fit. Without my personal heartbreaks and setbacks, I would not be here talking with you right now. Being diagnosed with an autoimmune in my mid-30s was a major setback for me personally, but it also empowered me to go on a health journey that ultimately led me to finding my fit in life again. Not only did it give me back my health, but it also changed the path of my career. It led me to my passion. That is coaching women just like you so they can find their passion in life. All of the lessons and strength, mentally and physically, I gained once I took control of my health through whole food nutrition equipped me for what was to come in 2020. When I say equipped, I mean not fall apart at the seams. Eventually, I will go into more detail about each of the struggles my family faced in 2020, but for now, I will give you a quick rundown followed by 3 tips on how to keep a positive mindset during the tough seasons. In the start of 2020, my oldest daughter was struggling with paralyzing anxiety and had been for several months. I had recently transitioned from working in outside sales full-time to running my own small business from home so I could be more present for my family, especially my daughter. It was a tough transition mentally. I was so used to being on the go all day and around tons of people, so that was very hard to just be at home all day by myself. Right when I began adjusting to the whole working from home thing, boom, here we are, we're in a pandemic. And there I was, homeschooling, running my new small business in a tiny home office with 2 kids. By the way, I'm a terrible homeschool teacher. It was fun for like 1 week. My business, however, was growing fast. So that was definitely keeping me motivated and keeping my mind in a positive place at that time. My virtual clients bring me tremendous joy. So being able to check on them daily and celebrate their wins was also a mood booster. Towards the end of June, things seemed to be leveling out when it comes to the whole work-life balance thing, but July showed up, and it rocked our world. What seemed like a normal Saturday at the pool turned into my husband going into VFib cardiac arrest, followed by several days in an induced coma. July through September was an absolute blur, as you can imagine. The year would end with me having surgery and struggling with PTSD some days from witnessing my husband's cardiac event. So how the heck did I keep a positive mindset in a year that was filled with heartbreaks and setbacks? Here are my top 3 tips on how I kept a positive mindset during a very tough season. Number 1, I had to make a choice each day to rise. And of course, I did that in the most Southern lady way by putting on my face, aka my makeup, every single day. I got up and I did my normal morning routine. And some days, that was the only normal thing about the day. So when all things seem out of your control, I encourage you to find at least one thing in your typical routine that you can continue to do consistently that makes you feel good about you. Number 2, I learned to say no to things that no longer served me or my family. And this included people. Yes, I said people, because let's be real, some people can straight drain the energy and life from you. This really came to light after my husband's cardiac arrest. I simply did not have the energy to waste. If something or someone is no longer serving you or takes your energy, then let it go. Make room for the things and people that do serve your bigger purpose. Number 3, I gave myself grace to have the bad days, and I encourage you to do the same. It's sad that we have normalized women being able to do all the things and expecting them to smile through it and pretend like they are not depleted and exhausted. Give yourself the grace to have the bad day, but don't unpack and stay there. Cry it out, soak in a hot bath, then regroup and keep going. So yes, I use my social media platforms as a place of positivity, a place to share whole food nutrition tips, and I sprinkle in some real life stuff too. But let's face it, if all I posted were sad me posts every day, that is where my mind would take me. And I'm pretty sure you would prefer free recipe ideas over Boohoo Brandy. Here is what I want you to take away from today. Next time you are scrolling social media, don't let it fool you or make you feel less. Those moms smiling with those clean kids have a sink full of dishes and laundry just like you and me. Behind that food pic is an exhausted mom drying her tears behind closed doors because no one in her family ate her meal. And behind my silly TikToks and Reels that bring smiles to your faces, well, some of those TikToks were made on my toughest days. And I just needed something to take my mind off my tough season. I promise you, behind the pain, there is a passion to be found. Your fit is out there, and I'm here to help you find it. Thanks for joining me this week on Finding Your Fit with Brandy. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at BrandyDant, where you can find free recipes, join my newsletter, or register for 6 weeks of virtual nutrition and fitness coaching. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, I'd appreciate a 5-star rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that is much appreciated too. Be sure to tune in next week for my next episode. Friend, you are officially one step closer to finding your fit.